How can psychotherapists fill groups and workshops other than with social media? You'll get my answer in today's episode of Ask Jennifer. Hey there, Jennifer Sneeden here. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm the founder of Thriving Therapy Practice. And in the Ask Jennifer show, you get my straight answer to your pressing practice building questions. And today's question comes from Susan Block. And Susan writes, how do you fill events and groups other than social media platforms? So this is a great question, Susan. Of course, social media is a phenomenal way to fill groups and events. Events and groups, yes. It's a phenomenal way to fill events and groups. And really, if you've got an established social media practice, this would be the place that I start. But I'm going to give you some other suggestions. Let me first tell you where I see this fall down the most. The biggest challenge that I see when people are having trouble filling their groups and workshops are, one, that they don't start soon enough. If you are not an experienced marketer of workshops and groups, you need to give yourself at least 12 months before, not 12 months, you don't need that much time, 12 weeks. You need to give yourself 12 weeks before the event so that you can get that marketing engine going. The other piece is that you need to have a really compelling message. What is it that people are really going to get out of this? And it's got to be something that they are desperate for. So when you're doing workshops and groups and events, it comes from this, what is that pain point? What is it that people are really struggling with that you can help them with? Now, I know that Susan has a very specialized practice, so I think she's probably pretty clear on that pain point and how to address it. But for all of the rest of you listening, how exactly are you going to speak to what it is that your client is looking for? This is why so many therapists struggle with stress reduction workshops, because that doesn't really hit home for the pain point for your client. So I just wanted to say those two caveats. In terms of actually marketing the event, other than using a social media platform, I would actually do paid print advertising or do partnerships with other places in the area. So here's what I mean with this. Where are your clients? What are they reading? If you're working with parents, then they're probably reading the local parenting magazines or the local parenting blogs. If you're working with an affluent clientele, they're probably reading the lifestyle magazines. And every affluent community has at least one of them. And let's say you're working with an older population, they are probably newspaper readers still. So what is it that your audience is reading? When I was doing workshops for couples, it was called Relationship Rescue, and it was to help parents rebuild their marriages. I had tremendous success advertising in PTA newsletters. It's like 25 or 30 bucks a shot, and it was fantastic, the results that I got from that. Another really great thing to advertise in, and this is often overlooked, is church bulletins or any religious kind of publication. And the reason for that is the people that get it read it from cover to cover. I know I get my church newsletter in the mail every month. I sit down with my coffee and I read it from cover to cover because it's something that's important to me. So don't overlook print advertising. And it's a fantastic source once you've identified what your clients are reading, okay? The other place to really market your groups and your events is to your internal house list. This is another one that is very overlooked. You will find that people that you've worked with in the past, people that you're working with right now, are going to be very interested in coming to the events and the groups that you're doing. So don't be afraid to promote it within your own email list. And what you're going to do here is promote it really heavily for 2 short periods of time, maybe 3 short periods of time. You're going to promote it really heavily when you announce the event. You're going to promote it really heavily when an early bird or special thing is closing, and then you're going to promote it really heavily when it's the last call for registration. So with an event or a workshop, you've got urgency built in. Your house list, your email list, the people that you already email, they're the people that are most interested in what you have to offer, and that is ideal for marketing. If you don't yet have an email list, that has to be number one on your list of priorities, because that's where your go-to people come from for marketing these events. So social media is fantastic. I definitely want you to maximize that. But since you asked for what's beyond there, I really think what's beyond there is print advertising. And I know it sounds very old school, but find out what your audience is reading and get in front of them that way. And the next thing is your email list. I want to tack on one bonus. This is more of like an advanced tip. So this is not going to be relevant for everybody. If you can really identify who your market is and you already know you've got a proven marketing message, doing a postcard or a direct mail to their home is a fantastic way. You know, postcards still have like a 43% reading rate when they arrive in the home. And the reason I say this is more advanced is because you've already got to know that you've got a proven marketing message and you've got a hungry audience, or you've identified your target audience. The way to do that is on social media. But once you've got it proven and that concept works, direct mail is a fantastic way to get in front of your ideal clients. So those are my 2 things to avoid when you are marketing a workshop, and my 3 top tips other than social media. So thank you, Susan, for your question. And anybody else who wants to get a question answered on the show, you can click the link below and send me a message with your question, and I will consider it for a future episode. Thanks, everybody. Jennifer Sneeden here, and this is the Ask Jennifer Show.